Mwalimu National Sacco is fully owned by teachers. It spent 2.4 billion shillings in 2015 to acquire a 75% stake in Equatorial Commercial Bank. At that time, businessman Naushad Merali owned the bank and retained a 25% interest in the lender. Equatorial Commercial Bank then rebranded to Spire Bank in 2016. Mwalimu National Sacco acquired the remaining 25% stake from Merali in November last year. Now management is looking for a strategic investor to inject much-needed capital into the lender. The Senate Committee on Finance and Budget is, however, poking holes into the share sale between Mwalimu and Naushad Merali.
The two shareholders of the bank who sold to them, how have they left Mwalimu Sacco? In what state is the financial health of Mwalimu Sacco?
Before they took over those shares, did they do proper, feasibility study to establish whether their investment was correct and proper due diligence?
Yes, due diligence was carried at two levels. One was the legal due diligence to confirm whether the bank belonged to the person who was selling. And it was done by a local firm of Mose and Mose. Then the second due diligence was done by Ernst & Young to check on the financial health of the bank.
Spire Bank posted a 1.2 billion shilling loss for the year ended December 2020 from a 472 million shilling loss in 2019. Its core capital is negative 2.63 billion shillings. Core capital refers to the minimum amount of capital a bank must have to comply with the Central Bank of Kenya requirements. According to CBK, all banks must maintain a statutory minimum of 1 billion shillings as core capital. Spire therefore needs 3.6 billion shillings to comply with the requirements.
Dr. Merali was still part of the bank. He had huge deposits there, which later on we withdrew in 2016 to the tune of 1.7 billion. And coupled with what happened at Imperial Bank and the Chase Bank, there was some sort of panic and there were also withdrawals by customers. So I think this weakened the financial base of the bank.
Occasionally, we get a fixed timeline from the potential investor, but for reason A to Z, they disappear into the thin air and we are unable to follow up. But the ones we are talking about right now, we've gone fairly far, and the things that we are negotiating, one, it includes on how much they can afford or they want to pay to the shareholder. Two, they also want to have various conditions in the engagement, which sometimes we have to negotiate. And three, there are cases where we are waiting for the principals who are overseas to comply with the NDA and the conditions as prescribed by the central bank. So as of now, I can almost say towards the end of this year, we will probably have gotten somebody who is serious and meeting the conditions as laid down through the prudential guidelines.
The Senate Committee on Finance and Budget is inquiring whether teachers lost any money in the acquisition. The committee has ordered the leadership of Spire Bank to provide due diligence reports on the transaction. It has also ordered the Central Bank of Kenya head of acquisitions to appear in their next meetings. Brenda Kirubu, KTN News.